One of the biggest events of the summer is the Central Bank Summit happening in Jackson Hole this week. Let's bring in Michelle Schneider of the Market Gauge Group to talk about how she's setting up. And what are you doing here, Michelle?
Well, what's interesting is I sort of anticipated last week that we might see a much more dovish Fed come out after people were so worried about the sort of hawkish minutes and the taper. Because if you just listen to what Powell said, those minutes were a couple of weeks old, and Powell was addressing much more current events with the Delta variant. And even though we had a really good jobless claims at a COVID low, really what's going to happen going forward with the labor force. So I would anticipate that the Jackson Hole meeting will very much support the fact that the Fed may at some point taper. But in order to really, I think, follow without listening to all of the talking heads about it, you simply have to watch the junk bonds, the TLTs, which are the 20-plus year long Treasury bonds, and also even the high-grade corporate bonds, which have come off, both the junk bonds and the corporate bonds, but still very much in a bullish uptrend. And until that changes, the Fed is here. And as we know, you don't fight the Fed. So we bought a couple of equities last week. This week, though, we got into gold, and we still think that the Fed is ignoring inflation, and that will rear its head to a much higher degree as we get into later on into this quarter.
So what would be a trade today for you?
Well, it's interesting. I'm reluctant to give out anything equity-wise, although I am interested in a couple of the emerging market trades. India looks amazing. IFN would be one. It's just now breaking out to multi-year highs. But I'm also watching Greece, GREK. If it can hold up here around 27.50 or so and get through like 28, it's trading at 27.92 right now. I think that has a tremendous potential to get up at least to 31.32, and then we'll have another look.
Thank you so much, Michelle, and great to have you back with us.
All right, thank you.
Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.